What is going on, garden fans? Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. I am out at the project site today and I wanted to share with you all some notes for the Zone 8 gardener. Kind of show you what we are doing right now in the winter, January 2021, to prepare for our spring to come. So if you're not already, please hit the subscribe button, tap that little notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. That's what really helps us out. And then come on back, enjoy today's vlog. Welcome back to the project site, garden fans. It is January 2021. We are in the middle of our winter, and winter is a destructive force. Winter breaks pest cycles, it kills annual weeds, vegetation stops, leaves drop, and trees go dormant. So me, as a permaculture gardener wanting to emulate nature, I'm going to be a destructive force in the garden today. Now, I've already been out here pruning. I'm talking specifically pruning. Now is the best time to do your pruning if you live in Zone 8. Anywhere in Zone 8, and some general tips for me when I do pruning is I'm trying to eliminate any branches that might be crossing and touching. I don't want any wood touching another piece of wood like this right here, just to make an example. And what you're going to get is just friction. You might break the skin, and it opens a way for disease, pests, and virus to get into the tree. So some pruning tips I have for Zone 8 gardeners is no crossing branches. Make sure you leave a lot of space between the main branches of your tree. You want good airflow as we come into March. It's very rainy here in our winter, very muggy. We're very prone to diseases in the south because of our humid temperatures. So today I'm being a destructive force. I'm doing a lot of pruning. I've pruned this plum tree and I got some other trees to prune. I'm gonna go get to that and show you something else. Now, another thing I'm doing out here today, garden fans, and things that you could be doing in Zone 8 is liberating suckers. Now, I have a lot of trees that throw up suckers, specifically Jujube. I have a parent Jujube plant here, and she has thrown up a sucker plant. And what we're doing in the spring is transplanting this plant. Now is a good time to actually break these plants free from the mother plants. Now I'm going to show you an example of that right here, right now. I'm also going to take you over to my home site in just a little bit and show you how I'm doing that there with pawpaw trees. However, the protocol is actually very similar for this plant and also the pawpaw trees. What I'm going to do, take a big shovel, nice sharp tip to it, and I'm gonna break a good radius around the whole plant, really trying to break it free from the mother plant. Now I am no more than about a foot away from the trunk of this sucker. So I got a 1 foot circle right there. Hopefully I've gotten deep enough that I could break it free from the mother plant and it can start to rely on its own root system. In the spring, we're gonna end up pulling up this whole Jujube tree and transplanting it somewhere else in this landscape, giving it its own chance to live and be free from its mother. Which is what everybody wants, right? They all want to be free from your mom, don't you? Anyway, let me show you some other things that we're doing here at the project site right now, garden fans. How we're preparing for spring. Now, the last thing we got on the docket today is getting our greenhouse operational for spring. With all this destruction comes the hope of new life in March as winter dies away. So we are currently getting things seed started in the greenhouse. And part of that also means transplanting things out into the annual vegetable garden. So we are still in January, but still have vegetables growing out here at the project site. Mainly, we got carrots that are coming up, maturing up. These will be ready in spring. We have kale and collards and cabbage growing. Here again, the joy about growing in Zone 8 is the lack of pests, so there's not a whole lot of pest damage to any of the greens out here. And then we are also direct sowing things like sweet pea and radishes out on these new hugel mounds. And here you can kind of see a remnant of the wood core hugel mound here. It's definitely doing its job, breaking down, turning into soil. So I want to kind of show you some of these things, garden fans, over at my own project, at my own site. do a little macro to the micro view and kind of show you what's growing on out there. Welcome to the home site, garden fans. I wanted to bring you back here just to show you that the things I'm doing at the project site, I'm doing here as well. We're doing a lot of destructive things, but we're also doing some constructive things. Let me show you a couple of those things here really quick. Come on back. So really briefly, I wanted to show you that just at the project site, I'm doing the same thing here. We've got some constructive things happening. I've pulled out my greenhouse. I'm getting some seed starts going. Do subscribe and keep in touch. I got a quick video coming out tomorrow about what I am growing and how I'm growing it. I have patches of pawpaws all over the place that, just like at the project site, need to get broken and cut free from the parent plants. So I have pawpaws all over the place that I've been digging around, you can kind of see here, and breaking them free, getting them prepared for spring. So just like I'm doing with the jujubes at the project site, I'm doing the same thing here with my patches of pawpaws. And I will be offering these runners off. We're selling them at the project site this spring. By March, all these suckers I'm cutting up are going to be pulled up and ready for sale at the project farm for local pickup. The destructive things are pruning. I mean, I've been heavily pruning the peach trees, getting them all down to a manageable height and allowing the pawpaws around them to continue to grow up and become the dominant overstory species. And the chickens are out and about here. They're doing their destructive role here in the food forest. Once again, breaking pest and weed cycles. They're out here every day, chewing up the forest floor. Eventually, I'm going to put them back in the pen and leave them there for spring as I grow vegetables throughout this whole area that they've gone and fertilized. Here is my seed starting setup. Pretty basic. It's a little old plastic greenhouse I got probably 6 or 7 years ago. Still seems to be pumping out for us. We'll be growing a lot of vegetables in here and herbs. Please, once again, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and tap the notification bell. Tomorrow, we're going to do a quick video showing you what I'm growing, how I'm growing it, and what seeds I use. Appreciate y'all watching this update. As always, garden fans, if you got any questions, just ask. God bless.